somebody say, I'm getting the hell out of here. Huey tells this brother who says, I'm getting out of here, he says, no, you don't have to leave. We're a new organization. We're the Black Panther Party. We're here to observe these police out here who've been brutalizing our people in the community. So please stay. We researched the law. Everybody know we have a right to observe the police. Well, that got the police's attention. He stands up. You have no right to observe me, he hollers at Huey. But Huey says no. Huey is citing the specifics of the damn law. And some sister in the audience said, well, go ahead on and tell it. And another brother said, what kind of Negroes is these? And the cop says, well, is that gun loaded? Huey said, if I know it's loaded, that's good enough. This scene, man, is a scene where, bang, when Huey says, if I know it's loaded, that's good enough, it caused little Bobby to say, yeah, that's right, I have a jacked around the chamber. And the other brothers with the long guns, and the cop turned around and saw all these people jacking the rounds off in the chamber. It blew his mind. He was awed. He stepped over to his arrestee. He opened the back door. Unconsciously, he protected the arrestee's head, put him in the car, shut the door. Then he stopped to look at the sister. And he was shocked because the sister had the earrings on. That, well, female was even there with a big old 44 strapped down, something like Clint Eastwood or something. Well, what are we doing? We passing out the 10-point platform program. Political education session meeting is at 2 p.m. at 5624 Grove Street up in North Oakland. Please be there, brothers and sisters, because we're going to organize some political, electoral, community power in the black community. That's how the Black Panther Party got started.
The party came on the scene at a time in which black people had become increasingly frustrated at conditions in this country.
The whole black revolt was, as far as I was concerned, a little late coming. They should have gone forth with their activities much earlier than they did.
I came into the Black Panther Party and knowing about the Black Panther Party as a student at San Francisco City College. You had people such as Mimar Baraka, which is known as Leroy Jones at that time. You had Kwame Ture, which was Stokely Carmichael at that time. And you had Rap Brown, and you had Sonia Sanchez, all those different people. It was through going through the Black House, I came in contact with some brothers named Huey and Bobby who used to come through there from time to time.
May 2nd, 1967, when I led a delegation to the California State Legislature, 24 males and 6 females. Ronald Reagan was on the lawn. All the little kids he was speaking to out there on the front lawn left. These are little white kids, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. They came over. They thought we was a gun club. Need 30-odd 6, some of the little kids were saying. But the press followed them too. Therefore, I read Executive Mandate No. 1, written by myself, Huey Newton, and Eldridge Cleaver.
The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense calls upon the American people in general and the black people in particular to take careful note of the racist California legislature, which is now considering legislation aimed at keeping the black people disarmed and powerless. At the very same time, racist police agencies throughout the country are intensifying the terror, brutality, murder, and repression of black people.
That gave us international notoriety because we were arrested and we was all bailed out the next day or so, etc., and boom.
Get your hands up.
At a traffic stop, an altercation occurred. A police officer was killed, Huey Newton was wounded and went to jail.
I will be freed, providing that we're successful in the battle that we're engaged in now, and that is to revolutionize the court system. It all depends upon this problem.
Huey was facing the gas chamber. Bobby Seale and a handful of all the other members who'd gone to Sacramento were in jail. They were serving time. So it really wasn't much of a organization.
At that point, the Black Panther Party totally fell apart. It didn't exist.
I was in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, so I came out then in November of 1967 to work with Eldridge, organizing the support around Huey's case.
Do you have any money?
No, I'm in a severe state of poverty.
What about the Huey Newton Defense Fund?
I don't know too much about the Huey Newton Defense Fund, actually.
Who's paying your attorney's fee?
I believe the Huey Newton Defense Fund.
I come out of jail. Eldridge Cleaver is back because Huey has been shot. He has put out one issue that says, "Free Huey."
Free Huey! Free Huey! Free Huey!
peoples of the world are demanding that Huey P. Newton be set free. So in defense of our lives, for the survival of black people and human beings of the world, we all say in solidarity that Huey P. Newton must be set free or the sky is the limit around the world.
I reorganize and restructure the party. I extend the rules of the party in a matter of 2 months to 28 rules. You know, I create the captain and David Hilliard's position and stuff. I create all of this stuff.
The Black Panther Party has revived. It's changed its name from the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense to the Black Panther Party. It's become very widely acknowledged organization in the Bay Area.
I was deputy chairman of Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Put me in touch with a lot of people in the Panther Party. The alliance was formed in 1968. The Panther Party emerged in Oakland, California, and did not have a national base. SNCC had a much longer history, had in many ways more seasoned activists. H. Rap Brown was drafted into the Black Panther Party as Minister of Justice. Kwame Ture was, or Stokely, was drafted as Prime Minister of the Afro-American nation. James Foreman was drafted as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Director of Political Education.
I can remember seeing on television people like Stokely Carmichael and others.
Violence is a part of America's culture. It is as American as cherry pie.
Against all forms of racist.
And they were scary to me even. So if it would shock a person like me being in the CIA, certainly the ordinary society and the elites, above all, who run the United States, would have been very threatened.
Black power means dignity. See, it's no in-between. You're either free or you're a slave. There's no such thing as second-class citizenship. The only politics in this country that's relevant to black people today is the politics of revolution.
That we must arm ourselves, that we are in imminent danger, that the concentration camps in Tule Lake, in Arizona, and Oklahoma are now being rejuvenated, reset up for us, and we will defend ourselves.
I don't believe in guerrilla warfare. I think it would be both impractical, ineffective, and immoral. So I can't believe in this at all. I think we must see, on the other hand, however, that the young militants are in the revolutionary spirit, and they are concerned about revolutionizing certain values that have been existing in our society that need to be revolutionized. And I think the other thing that we must see is that, as President Kennedy said, those who make peaceful revolution impossible only make violent revolution inevitable.
Because when we start saying the war is wrong in Vietnam, well, people looked at us like we were something out of space. But when they talked about the other day of the Gallup poll being 58% of the people against the war in Vietnam, then we see if you're right, you have to stand on that principle, and if it's necessary to die on the principle, because I am sick of the racist war in Vietnam when we don't have justice in the United States.
They're a bloody good bunch of killers.
We're going to commit troops to the Vietnamese people, the National Liberation Front, to fight the cowardly American aggressor. And the Black Panther Party. That's right.
The question is whether our nation has the will, and I submit that if we can spend $35 billion a year to fight an ill-considered war in Vietnam and $20 billion to put a man on the moon, our nation can spend billions of dollars to put God's children on their own 2 feet right here on earth.
I'm going to make this known at the Paris peace talks so that it can be accepted or rejected by the Vietnamese people, but in the spirit of internationalism and the spirit of international solidarity.